Ho, 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 hello. So, Thanksgiving is over. Thus, the Merry Christmas. I've got my Christmas earrings on. They're candy canes. They're the only, I don't go totally crazy with Christmas because I only have one pair of Christmas earrings and one little Santa hat, courtesy the Placentia Library, who gave me this to wear for the annual Christmas photo. It does light up. I'm going to show you the light up. I'm just going to warn anybody who's sensitive to lights, like seizures. It does light up, like just like this. Woo, disco, woohoo. Okay, turn that off. All right. So I have a book again because I had given away my two other advanced reader copies to readers who said they'd read it. But I needed a copy for myself so I can continue to proofread it and make sure that it's, absolutely perfect when it hits your hot little hands. So I thought we would read another chapter. Today we're going to read chapter 4. We last left Peri and Skip sitting in Panera Bakery, wondering where Dev, Peri's brother, went because he wanted their help until he got their help, and then he skipped out. So chapter 4. Willem Reese Chen was standing on the flagstone walkway when Peri and Skip pulled into the drive. The popular interior designer was in high demand by many homeowners, as well as major real estate developers, but he had carved out his schedule for the woman who had saved him and his partner, not to mention their dog. Mooney the pit bull sat at his feet, legs spread awkwardly and tongue lolling. I brought a visitor with me today. Willem greeted Peri with an enormous hug and a small kiss on the cheek. Moonpie just had to see her, Miss Peri. Peri laughed and bent down to rub the wriggling dog's ears and jowls. It felt oddly comforting to give the massive head a massage. I may have a treat or two in the house. Skip shook Willem's hand and gestured toward his nearly bald head. That's a new look for you. Willem ran a hand across the stubble on his scalp. It's actually grown a little. Seems the dye I used last time for that blue ombre turned my hair into kindling. Oh no, I think you look good, Peri told him. Jared likes it, and that's all I care about. He turned toward the front door. Shall I take a look at the progress? I want to make certain you're happy. If Peri likes it, that's all I care about. Skip stepped forward and kissed Peri's forehead. I'm going over to the station and check up on that little problem. Peri turned to him. The police? Do we have to? He cradled her hands in his. We need to be above board with this. Nothing hidden. She released him, nodding. You're right, and thank you. Willem followed Peri through the gated atrium leading into the house, surveying the newly planted gardenias and oriental bamboo. What little problem? Peri shrugged. Family drama, if you get what I mean. Oh, honey, I totally get that. Willem opened the door. The sounds of construction spilled out. Mooney took a step into the house, pricked her ears at the noise, and found a cool corner of the atrium to flop down and close her eyes. After an hour of staring at bare studs, paint samples, and window covering options, Peri lost her ability to pretend she cared about any of it. I'm sorry, Willem. I realize I have to make some decisions. Can you leave the samples for me? I promise I'll make up my mind by tomorrow. He smiled. Oh, Peri, sure, I'll wait. She hugged him again. Really, I don't want to take advantage of you. I'm just not quite yourself. You've noticed? A little. It's hard to push through trauma, especially when you don't want to change the view on the other side. You're right. I want the normal I used to have, not this one. She smiled. Thanks. Willem touched her arm. Is everything all right with your family? His tenderness made her want to cry. She shook her head. My brother's in trouble. I honestly don't know much, except that it's bad and the police are looking for him. Oh, honey. He put his arm around her shoulder. Will he come looking for you? He already did. He wanted me to help him, or so I thought, and then he ran. The police won't hurt him, will they? I mean, might he be violent? A fragment of a memory flashed through her mind. She and Dev were playing hide and seek in the fields behind their house, or at least she thought they were playing. When she finally found him, he was so angry he slapped her face, telling her, "When I grow up, I never want to see you again." He was 14. She was 10. Peri shook the image from her head. "I honestly don't have a clue. If you need anything, you call me and Jared." He gestured toward the atrium. "And come over and pet Mooney whenever you want. She can make anybody feel better." 2 air kisses toward her cheeks, and he was out the front door. Grabbing her laptop, Peri returned to the backyard and began to search online for her brother. She thought the internet might hold some clues to Endeavor Miniopa, a.k.a. Dev Chaplin. A general search turned up nothing interesting. Few social media hits, mostly on business-related sites. No website of his own, no blog, nothing personal. That's the story of your life, big brother. Nothing personal. She did find public records. Dev graduated from the University of Arizona with a degree in business. Bought a house in Vegas in the 90s. Sold it 10 years later. No marriages, no births. Nothing special. Digging a little deeper, she discovered a news article on an engineering-related website. Dev was marketing director of an engineering startup. The new firm was selling a product that promised what no one else's could: a universal translator for machine language. The article used a lot of technical jargon, but from her limited understanding, the device could talk Android or iOS, Mac or PC, Xbox or Nintendo. The implications were enormous. This product broke through all current encryption codes. If that's what Dev was selling, who were his buyers? Peri needed to talk to an expert. But first, she needed to find Dev. She read another article on the startup looking for the location of the company. A flash of anger and pain hit as she read the words, Fullerton office. Dev had taken up residence in the city next door without telling her. The police, no doubt, had already located her brother's home, as well as his workplace. If he was half as bright as he used to be, he'd steer clear of those areas. Where else would he go? As a child, Dev liked to play by the railroad tracks, mostly to watch the trains shooting by. He'd stand the direction the train was traveling, his eyes closed and arms out as if wishing himself into one of the cars. Fullerton's train station was near the middle of downtown. Travelers could catch Amtrak and the Metrolink, going north to Los Angeles or south to San Diego. In LA, there were other trains and buses to transfer and keep moving. In San Diego, the border was only a few steps away. Both were good options if you were trying to disappear. It was a long shot, but she grabbed her keys. As she picked up her phone, it vibrated. It was her therapist on the line. Crap, I forgot. "Hi, Dr. Andrews. Sorry I missed my appointment. Family emergency. I'll have to call back and reschedule, okay? Thank you. Bye." She ran to her car, tossing her phone into her tote as she went. Okay, so Dev might be at the train station. How many of you have siblings, and how well do you know them? If one of your siblings just disappeared, do you know where they'd go? Do you have any ideas? Can you think about what they were like as a child, and could you kind of extrapolate where they might go now? It's an interesting question, and Peri's trying to be on it. And this new device, if I can buy a game for my Wii and play it on my Xbox, why do I need the Wii? A universal translator could be very handy in a lot of households. And I think that's all we'll do for today. Maybe tomorrow I'll read you another chapter. Have a great night.